Hello beautiful flowers, how are you doing today? So today is another yellow chair session where I'm talking about my latest album that you have hopefully already heard. I will leave all the links down below for Spotify, Apple Music and also a YouTube playlist where you can go listen to it before you watch this video or if you want to after. And yeah, I will be talking about the album, the songs in it. I will go through the songs one by one, talk about the message behind the songs or what inspired me and the melodies, rhythm, everything relating to the songs I will be going through in this video. So this is probably going to be a long one, so get yourself some snacks or something while listening to me talk. It's already late at night, but I still wanted to film it right now. So the atmosphere is a bit darker. I did light some candles for a cozy vibe. It could be that you can't really see me that well in this video, but it's okay. Also, I have notes. I have a thick notebook and I have a lot of notes here. So sometimes you can see me look down, I'm reading what I want to say. I just put everything down so that I will remember everything that I want to say in this video. But anyway, the living human as a concept to me is about human feelings of happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, hopefulness. Every single feeling that you can imagine is what I was thinking while I was making this album. I wanted to bring different feelings in each song, but also have like kind of overlapping, like some feeling, for example, having two feelings in one song, then picking up one of the feelings to another song to kind of connect them. That was kind of my idea, and when I was thinking about in what order the songs would be, that was in my mind when thinking about it. So I wanted to have kind of like similar feelings to go like after each other so that it will create this kind of a story in this album that I will talk about a bit more later. Oh, one thing I wanted to say about while listening to the album, because the recorder I have and the microphone that I have, they're not the best quality. So when I'm making the songs, I have to put the audio quite a lot down. So when you're listening to the album, you might want to like put your audio on your phone or TV or computer a little bit higher so that you will get to experience the songs as intended. Usually I have to I listen to music on like halfway, like audio is halfway, so I just put it like 2 times up, so then it should be like okay. But it also depends on your own devices and own headphones, so at your own risk you can put it a little bit more higher up because the audio is a little bit lower so that the sound doesn't crack in the application I'm using to make these songs. Starting off with feelings, let's go to the first song, which is called It Was New. And this is kind of like a starter song. If you have listened to my previous album Healing, I used the same piano in that album. So it kind of represents how we are living in a loop with our emotions. Like every year we have the same emotions, but these emotions and feelings make us human. So it kind of like represents that, like living in a loop, having the same feelings and emotions. And in this song, it's kind of like cut to 2 emotions. The first part is like happiness, finding happiness, and then the other part is more about losing that happiness and being sad, but kind of like in an accepting way, being sad, that I kind of knew this was going to happen. And I wrote the first part to this second chorus last autumn. I never finished it until the beginning of this year. So it has two completely different feelings, and they were made like in completely different settings at where I was in my life. So I thought that I can really convey two different emotions in one song well this way, because my mindset was completely different when I first started to make the song and when I finished it. So it represents change in your feelings and kind of like a new start at the same time, a new start in your life. And there is this kind of like calmness from the feeling of I expected this to happen, and kind of accepting the fate that this is how it is. And the piano brings the calmness to it, but it also brings the sadness from my previous album to this one. Yeah, just wanted to start the album with a calm song, kind of like a calm before storm type of way, because later on the feelings will like get more intense. That was my intention, why I wanted this song to be the first song. Then going to the second song, Everything Nowhere. This is actually the very first song that I made for this album. I already made this last June or July, last summer. I already had like the lyrics and everything. I recorded this at the beginning of autumn. I first thought that I want to make this as a single, but then I listened to it over and over again, and then I was like, I'm actually going to put this on an album, and I'm going to create the album based on this one song. And in this album is the feeling of confusion. That's what kind of made me think about this whole concept of feeling and how I want to express it in songs. And it sounds like a rather happy song. There's like in the lyrics like, I have everything, like I'm happy now, I should be happy now because I have everything. But there is this confusion about something is missing, like I don't feel like I'm at home, I don't know where my home is, because my heart is in so many different places. I have friends all over the world, so that's why I'm conflicted about where should I be, as important people to me are in different countries. They're not at the one certain place that I could call home. So this is a song about that feeling of confusion, about where do I belong, who am I type of feeling, and kind of like having this open mind that it could be anywhere. Like I have the chance to decide that where it is. And also a bit like I'm scared of change, but also I love it. That's how I have felt since I was a little, but even now I think I feel it even more because life is constantly changing. So I'm scared of change, but I love change. Like I don't want to stay at one place all the time. I want to go somewhere else, but at the same time I'm so comfortable at where I am to a certain point where I'm scared of change and going alone to places and so on. So this song is also about that feeling. Yeah, I wanted to make a song that is around guitar. I love that instrument, and I came up with the melody to the guitar first, and then I just started to build everything around that, like the beat and lyrics and so on. Like I have always wanted to make a guitar song, so now we just went for it and tried, and I really like how it turned out to be. I think especially the lyrics really do tell the story about the feeling of confusion and how it could be difficult to find your own place where you belong. Then the third song is completely different. It's clearly a happy song. I want to learn to make more happy songs because I find it difficult. I'm used to making these sad songs, melancholy songs. So I wanted to challenge myself and make something different and happy, and because I wanted to include the feeling of happiness in this album too. I didn't want it to be only about sadness, frustration, confusion. I just wanted to have a happy element also to it. So I made this song, and it's the concept of feeling lost at the moment, but you're hopeful and you know that everything will be okay, everything will turn out okay, and you will move on in your life and you will find the happiness, and you can heal from past things that have happened to you before. There is an empty chorus because I feel like it's this opening your mind. There's new ways of thinking after getting the courage to go find a new way. So there are no lyrics because you might not still know what is there, but you just have the courage to let go and just be free. So that is why I wanted to make it like that. And I really like this song. It really has this spring feeling to it, which I really love, especially as this album comes out during springtime. So I thought that it would be nice to have that feeling also in this album, not that kind of like depressing winter feeling, which is what I'm good at. But just really wanted to challenge myself with something new. And yeah, that's how this song came out to be. Then the fourth song, the superhero. First of all, I love this type of a beat in a song, in any song. I just love it. I'm just going to bring this up here so that I can actually see something. It's so dark. Yeah, the superhero is someone who failed you when you were young and they broke your trust. So now you struggle with trusting people with your heart. That is the main idea I had while making this song. There is the feeling of melancholy and sadness, but also feeling stronger after having these emotions from everything that has happened. You have become stronger and you know how to stick up for yourself. And there is once again guitar in this. It was just the first thing on my mind, and especially in the chorus part, I love that, how it came out to be. So I built it around that and just made the beat. I have slightly tried the same type of beat before, but now I really wanted to make a whole song to that beat. This is actually the song where I struggled the most with the lyrics to match it with the melody and the beat, especially the chorus part. I love it now a lot, but it was so difficult for me to make for some reason. I just couldn't get the lyrics right. Like, I have tendency of writing too many words, so I had to really delete some words in between to make it work, which was really difficult, but it came out really good. And I haven't done much ad-libs before. I kind of try to avoid them. But now I was like, once again, in this album, I just wanted to challenge myself. So I decided that, okay, I will do ad-libs. And otherwise, the chorus, in my opinion, would sound empty, like too empty, like something is missing. So I added the ad-libs and it was really fun making them. I was surprised. And they sound good. I like how they turned out to be. It kind of gives the chorus part a bit more like a softer side, especially as otherwise the words are cut by the beat and the guitar, but those are like straight notes that I'm singing in the ad-libs, so it gives it a bit more like softer side, which I love. But yeah, that's how that song came out to be. Then is the fifth song, which is called Me, and I also made the music video for this one. It's just, for me, it feels like I never have like title songs in my albums, but some songs just, I feel like they have so much, like there's a story that I want to like put in a music video. So this was one of those songs that I really wanted to film and like act the feeling in it. So it's this feeling of having enough with people who you feel like they have used you and kind of like first tell you how important you are, how kind you are, but then right after they just break you. And when it happens too many times, you get to this point where you're just like, I've had enough. Like, clearly it's not enough for you that I'm kind, you still want to break me apart. So it's kind of like build up frustration coming out as, okay, I will be mean then, even though it's not true. But at the moment when you're at your breaking point, you just want to go like, I can't curse here, but yeah, you are just done with the feeling and you just let it go. And that's what this song is about. You just want to let go of the kindness because it ends up hurting you all the time. In the music video you can see this flower. It kind of represents that kindness because at the beginning it's like a fresh new flower, it's blooming beautifully, but by the end of the music video you can see that it has almost like it's dead, like the leaves are coming off and the flower isn't like, it's still beautiful but it has like dried out, like all the energy is gone from the flower. So that's what the flower represents in the music video. So basically the build up frustration which makes the flower die in the end. So that is what the flower represents, and it's kind of like the journey of the kindness being taken away from you, and then at the end you are without the flower, you don't have it anymore, but you feel free because you have let out the frustration, you have let go, and now you can just like move on and find a new flower and make it even more beautiful. And in this song there is a strong like the kick sound to support the frustration, kind of like building it up and keeping steady. But then there are like long chords from other instruments that are giving way for the lyrics, so it's not too overpowering, so that the lyrics really, like their message comes through. And the long notes after the chorus gives time to think about the lyrics and kind of gives the feeling of frustration and having enough time, like you have nothing more to say, you are just done. So it builds up to that, but then you just continue after it. And it's also kind of like this empty shout, you want to really shout, so it represents that too. Then the song number 6. So from the mean going to this song, I won. It's the feeling of freedom, letting go of the frustration and realizing that I am enough as I am. I don't need to change, I don't have to be a certain way. I'm good enough by myself. You can find happiness and courage back into your life after being broken down. And also realizing how toxic environment you were living in and letting that go and being free. And one small step in finding yourself again. Piano's rhythm in this song is kind of like playing with the drums, and then the bass is like keeping the melody steady, and it is giving a strong bass to the message of the song. And kind of like it's serious, it's dark in its own way, but it comes out as strong. And I've gone through this, I'm building myself up again, I'm free, and I am enough. And that is what I wanted to bring out in this song. And then is the number 7, which is called Eagle. And I love waltz songs. I love them, love them so much. So obviously I had to make one. I have made one before, and I just love them so much. So I will keep on making them. This one has a huge inspiration from a song from my childhood made by Juha Vainio, and the song's name is Kotkan poikii, ilman, sipii. I will leave the link down below to Spotify and YouTube, whatever I can find, so that you can go give it a listen. And that song is about the city where I was born and raised in. I took a lot of inspiration from this song to my own. Kotka means eagle, but in Vainio's song he's singing about the city, but in my song I'm singing about the animal. And my song is a women empowerment song. Still, I wanted to have my roots in that song from the eagle. Even though I'm singing about the animal, I still wanted to have like that tiny touch to my roots, where I come from in the song. I wanted to bring out that women are strong, we are independent, we can go through any storm that is ahead of us, and we're still flying. Sometimes our wings get broken by the society that we are living in, but we keep on healing generation after generation. We keep on flying, we keep on fighting for our rights, which is absurd that we still have to fight for our rights in the year of 2025. But we are not giving up. It's the feeling of being strong. We are strong, we will make it through. It's also about like, we have feelings, we have emotions which make us strong, makes us steady humans who can go through these different storms that are given to us. The melody is really eerie and melancholic, but it goes well with, as I'm a Finnish person, we know melancholy really well. So it fits well in this song. The eerie sound also is from the feeling of having enough, with the constant belittlement that women get, that we are not strong even though we are so strong. That's why I wanted it to have like this eerie sound. Also, you can kind of hear this, how do I say that word in English? There's this constant noise in the background that kind of sounds like it could come from a wind or from the sea, from the ocean, from the waves. And I think it goes perfectly with the theme of like the storms, having to fly in the wind, like having to fly against the wind, making it through. So that's why I wanted to use that sound in the background. And I do believe that the message does come through, and I hope that all of the women who listen to this song can feel the empowerment of it and gets the feeling of we are strong and let's not give up on fighting for our rights, which are basic human rights. And that is what I wanted to incorporate in my album, especially every now when hearing every day that our rights are being taken away from us. So I thought that it was really important to include this type of a song into my album, as we are also human who have the rights. So having it in the living human concept, I thought that it was really important message to be told. And then we are coming to the final song of the album, and that is Happy Lie. So now I can explain what I talked about during the first song. So this song is about accepting the sadness, and it's a calm song after strong beats and strong, powerful songs, and the feelings of frustration and anger. Now it becomes soft and sad. And as it is a song about accepting sadness, it's not like the end, but rather a beginning of healing. Like you're accepting and not avoiding the being sad, which means that now you're ready to face the sadness, and after you have been sad, you can move on, you can start to grow as a human being more and finding a new way in life. You're not running away from a feeling that makes you a human being. You went through the confusion, the happiness, the hopefulness, the anger, the frustration, to going back to the sadness and realizing that you just have to go through all the emotions, not necessarily by yourself. You can also share them with your close friends and family. But it's important to go through all the emotions, sadness also, to be able to heal, to start the healing process. And like, a lot of times sadness is seen as something that we should be ashamed of, like crying. But it's so important to remember that it's not. It's part of us as human beings, as living humans. It's something that we need to accept and go through so that we can heal from whatever made us sad. So that's why I also wanted to only have like a piano in the background with steady chords while I'm singing to it. And this song, I actually recorded this in like one go. I had the lyrics, I had the microphone, and I just sang it. I only had to add the 2 last sentences, but everything else is just from one go recorded. So it's really, really raw feeling that I was having while recording it. So it's truly like me being really vulnerable and sad and singing it all out to that song. So it's really, really important and personal song to me. I just really wanted to make it like a loop to the beginning, as kind of like the journey comes back to the start. Like you go through all of these things to go back to the start and then start the healing process. So that's how I ended up having these songs in this order in the album. So basically it's an ending to this album, but it's a start to something new. And I think it came out to be a really beautiful song, even though it does have extremely sad lyrics and it's really raw, but I still think that that is exactly what makes it a really beautiful song. And there could be people who relate to it. So if there is anyone who can get like help from any of these songs, I think that I have made it. And I do hope that if someone is going through something sad and doesn't know what to do with the feelings, I just want to, with this album, to kind of send a message that it's okay to feel, because that is what makes you a human being. And don't keep all of the feelings inside of you, or at some point it will all just explode and it will be like 10 times worse for you. And that is an important message I wanted to bring out with my songs, with my singing. Yeah. So I really hope that the message comes through to the listeners. And I would really love to hear your comments and what song you like and what songs were your favorite, what did you like about this concept, and so on. Any comment I would really love to hear. And I just really want to thank every single one of you for all the support, for listening to my music, for watching my YouTube videos, and just giving me all the support for making music, making what I love, what I want to make. And just really want to say thank you. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for watching this video. You made it so far. I hope you will keep on streaming, keep on commenting, keep on liking my music. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!